My name is Emily, and I still remember the way she looked at me, calm, smug, like she was doing me a favor. She didn't even blink when she said it. No one will ever love you, Emily. You know that, right? The room was silent. I sat on the edge of the bed, clutching my coat in my lap. Her perfume filled the air, sweet, sharp, suffocating. My hands trembled slightly, but I didn't say anything. I didn't even cry. She stood by the door, arms folded, waiting for me to leave like I was some pathetic guest overstaying my welcome in her life. You're too needy, too sensitive. It's exhausting. I nodded once, not because I agreed, but because I couldn't breathe enough to form words.
My mouth was dry.
My heart was loud. So I stood up, straightened my back, and walked out. She didn't follow. She didn't even close the door. And that's the last time I saw her before I met the man who would change everything. It wasn't always like that. When I first met Ava, she made me feel like the luckiest girl in the world. She was bold, confident, magnetic, the kind of person who lit up every room she walked into. And I was the quiet one, the good listener, the one who remembered how she took her coffee and brought it without asking. I used to think we balanced each other. She called me her safe space, and I wore that like a badge of honor. I was always there when she lost her job, when she fought with her sister, when she had panic attacks at 2 a.m. I never once left her side. I canceled plans, skipped family events, even stayed up late to edit her presentations when she was too overwhelmed to function. But over time, I noticed something. She never asked about my day, never celebrated my wins. When I got promoted at work, she rolled her eyes and said, "Well, don't expect me to throw a party." Little things stung, like how she scrolled through her phone while I cried about my mom's illness, or how she introduced me to her friends as Emily. She's sweet, but super sensitive. Everyone laughed. I laughed too, but it chipped away at me. She always had a way of making me feel small, like I was lucky just to be tolerated. And still, I stayed. Because deep down I thought maybe love was supposed to hurt a little. That maybe I really was too much. Too emotional. Too intense. Too loyal. She told me once, "I need someone with thicker skin. You just feel everything too deeply." I believed her. For years, I believed her. Until the night she told me no one would ever love me, and meant it. A few days after she ended things, I saw the photo. Ava had posted it on her story. Her with someone new, leaning into him, at some bar we used to go to, same booth, same angle, same smirk on her face. The caption read, "Finally with someone who gets me." I stared at the screen for a long time, not even blinking, not angry, just numb. The kind of silence that wraps around your heart and squeezes slowly. Two of our mutual friends liked the post. One of them even commented, "You two look amazing together." I didn't respond. I didn't text her. I didn't ask why. But later that night, I got a message from her best friend, Clara. We had been somewhat close until Ava started turning her against me too. The message was short. "Just so you know, she's saying a lot of things about you. That you were obsessive. That she felt smothered. She's rewriting everything." I sat on the floor of my kitchen and read the message over and over. Smothered? I had given her everything. My peace.
My time.
My love. And now, she was painting me as a burden, as someone to escape from. I didn't reply. I just sat there, in that stillness, something inside me cracking and then shifting. Not with anger.
Not yet.
With clarity. That week, I deleted her number. I didn't block her. I didn't post anything dramatic. I just removed her from my life, one small piece at a time. I unfollowed her on every platform, archived our photos, canceled the monthly streaming account I was still paying for, the one she never acknowledged. I stopped explaining myself to people, stopped texting her friends,
Stopped wondering what she was telling them about me.
and most of all, I stopped defending myself in my own head. For the first time, my silence wasn't a sign of fear. It was freedom. The strange part was no one really noticed. No one called to ask if I was okay. And maybe that's what finally made it real. how invisible I had allowed myself to become. So I poured that quiet energy into myself. I started walking every evening. I went to the farmer's market alone on Sundays. I signed up for pottery classes just because I'd always wanted to. And slowly, my days began to feel softer. Not louder, not better, just softer. Like I had finally placed both hands around my heart and whispered, "You've been through enough. Rest now." It started with an email. I almost deleted it, thinking it was spam. But the subject line caught my eye. "Following up and thank you." It was from Marcus. He was Ava's boss. Well, her former boss now. I had only met him once, briefly, at her company's holiday party. I remembered him being kind, but quiet, reserved, almost shy. We barely exchanged more than a hello. But here he was in my inbox. "You probably don't remember me. I'm Marcus, Ava's manager at Norwell. I hope this isn't inappropriate, but I've been meaning to reach out for a while. A few weeks ago, Ava mentioned you in passing, not kindly. But the things she said didn't align with what I remembered." He explained that the night of the party, I had helped his mother, a fragile, elderly woman who had wandered into the wrong elevator at the venue. I had walked her back, stayed with her until he arrived. I even gave her my scarf because she was shivering.
She still talks about you.
She didn't know your name, just that the kind girl with the brown eyes and gentle voice helped her that night. "I only recently realized it was you." My throat tightened as I read his words. He ended with, "I just wanted you to know not everyone believes what they've heard. Some of us remember who you really are." I sat with that message for a long time, not crying, not smiling either, just feeling seen. For once, not misunderstood, not too much, just quietly enough. About a week after Marcus's email, I got a message from Ava. Not an apology, not even a "Hey, how are you?" Just, "Can we talk?" I didn't respond. The next day, Clara, her friend who once warned me, messaged too. "Ava's been going through a lot." She didn't mean everything she said. Things got taken out of context. "Maybe you both just need closure?" Closure. It was always about closure when they wanted control again. Then came the post. Ava uploaded an old photo of us, filtered, softened, captioned with, "People grow. People heal. Yellow heart, let's be kinder." The comments poured in. "Proud of you. So mature. Growth looks good on you." I didn't say a word. But 2 days later, I got one more message, this time from Ava again.
"Hey,
"Can you ask Marcus to take down that post? It's making things messy. I'm trying to move forward." There it was. She wasn't reaching out because she missed me, or regretted how she treated me. She was embarrassed, exposed, and she wanted me to help clean up the version of herself she had crafted for the world. I stared at the screen, then locked my phone. Some things don't deserve a response. 2 weeks later, I received something unexpected in the mail. It was a handwritten letter. No return address. Just my name, carefully penned in dark blue ink on the envelope. I opened it with cautious hands. It was from Marcus's mother. The letter was short but warm. Each word felt chosen with care. "Dear Emily, I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you. That night at the hotel, I was lost. No one noticed. People rushed past me, some even pushed.
but you saw me.
You didn't hesitate. You held my hand and stayed with me like you had nothing more important in the world to do. You gave me your scarf. It still hangs by my front door. I tell people about it often. I found your name through Marcus. I just wanted you to know you didn't just help an old woman. You reminded her that there are still people who lead with kindness. In case no one has said it lately, thank you for being that kind of person. You mattered that night. And you still do." I read it over and over again. I didn't realize how much I had been craving those words. Not just gratitude, but being seen, without expectation, without it being transactional, without having to prove I was enough. Her words were so different from the years of being told I was too sensitive, too emotional, too soft. She saw those same things as beautiful. That letter now sits in a small wooden frame on my desk. I read it on hard days, Not because I need to remember her, but because sometimes I still need to remember me. Awesome. Now, continuing with. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon when she showed up. I heard the knock before I saw her.
Slow.
Hesitant. I opened the door, and there she was.
Ava.
She looked different. Not broken, not apologetic, just unsure. Like someone who had finally realized they weren't in control anymore. She smiled weakly.
Hey.
I was in the area. Thought maybe we could talk. I stepped outside, pulled the door closed gently behind me. I didn't want her in my space. Not even the air of it. She looked down at her hands, then back up. I know I mess things up. I've been thinking about everything a lot lately. And I miss you. I really do. Her voice cracked slightly, the kind of crack meant to invite sympathy. I didn't say a word. I just looked at her. She kept going. Maybe we could grab coffee sometime. Start over. See where we stand. I took a breath. And for the first time in my life with her, I didn't try to soften the blow. I didn't explain myself or make her feel comfortable. I simply said,
No.
No anger. No sarcasm. Just a calm, steady voice. She looked surprised. Almost like she expected at least a little begging. But I didn't know her that anymore. Some doors don't need to be slammed shut. They just need to stay closed. Beautiful. Now we conclude with, if you're watching this and you've ever been made to feel like you were too much, too sensitive, too soft, I want you to know something. You are not the problem. You are not unlovable. You are not replaceable. You are not invisible just because someone refused to see you. Sometimes, the people we pour into the most are the ones who will leave us the emptiest. But that does not mean your love was wasted. It just means it was misused. There's a quiet kind of strength in choosing not to chase people who drop you. There's power in the no that doesn't echo because you're not trying to be hurt anymore. You've simply decided to move on. You don't need revenge. You don't need them to say sorry. You just need to remember who you are when no one's watching. And if no one has told you lately, you are allowed to walk away from anything that made you doubt your worth. Your softness is not your weakness. It's your crown.